Well, there are several issues that pop up both for the board of directors for associations and for owners that live in condominium associations and homeowners associations. One of the most common disputes that arise in those types of communities is that the owners, when they take title in a condominium or homeowner association, they're obligated to pay assessments, to pay maintenance assessments for the common areas, for upkeep of the common areas. And there are also times when there are special assessments that are imposed when unexpected and unbudgeted or under budgeted expenses come up, and the association says, well, we charge these monthly amounts, but we also need to charge a lump sum amount to cover damage that we weren't expecting. And the disputes with those assessments can come in the form of people objecting, owners objecting to the amounts that are put in the budget for assessments, which can change on a yearly amount. But they also more typically occur when the association tells an owner that they are delinquent. And when they're delinquent, then you have the assessments that are delinquent. Then you have late fees that are typically charged. You have interest that can be charged, attorney's fees for writing demand letters and liens. And it can also lead to foreclosure of the property. The association has the right, when there are delinquencies, to lien the property and to foreclose on that lien. And one of the common misconceptions is, well, an association can't foreclose on my house if it's homestead. In Florida, that is just patently wrong. The association has the right, and oftentimes the associations do foreclose on liens for delinquent assessments. So that's a big area that comes up. The owners may say that they don't owe the assessments. The owners may say that the assessments that were imposed were too high, or that the interest was too high, or that late fees weren't permitted under the declaration that governs the association. So the assessments and the delinquencies on assessments is one of the biggest issues. The other thing is that, as most people know, when you live in an HOA or a condominium, you are subject to certain restrictions that you would not be subject to if you lived in some other type of development, or if you just lived outside of any type of community association. Those restrictions just commonly are pet restrictions, restrictions on the ability to lease your property, and what kind of terms you can lease your property under. And one of the other most common restrictions is whether or not you can modify your unit or your home, and to what extent you can modify your unit or your home. And so those types of issues most certainly are common, and they are ones where usually those issues tend to get pretty heated, and at some point lawyers need to be called in to try and come to some resolution. And if you can't come to some type of resolution, then obviously they may end up in a lawsuit.